I've had serious suicidal thoughts in my life before.
Like the what it do, sitting with the crew, had to get some food. I see you looking like you do, had to make a move, still I gotta move.
If this content is entertaining or informative and helped you in any way, or if you have a video topic request about absolutely anything, send a donation to the Cash App or follow me on social media. Peace. Hey, it's Nate Almighty. Do me a favor. Before you watch the rest of this video, go ahead, hit that bell, man. Subscribe, man. Subscribe. Let's have a talk. Let's have a word about suicidal thoughts. Suicide. It's one of those things that people don't like to talk about, especially people who come from the same type of neighborhood and places that I come from. But it very much needs to be spoken about. Suicidal thoughts. And I'm going to relate this off of personal experience, and I'm going to advise what a person should do if they happen to be feeling suicidal thoughts. I've had serious suicidal thoughts in my life before. I'm going to say 2 times. 2 times for sure. The first time was after one of the times that I got jumped on Rikers Island. And I was cuffed up inside my cell thinking to myself, and I was tired of having to fight all the time. Tired of having to prove how tough I am to a bunch of niggas who don't really care about me. Half of them let it be known, half of them pretending to be my friend just so they could use me as an ally, but they don't really give a fuck about me, you know, due to I knew I was never gonna see again once I left jail. I basically was just tired of it all, you know. I wanted to be home. And quite frankly, I wanted my mama. I wanted to hold my mother. I wanted to hold my mother, and I wanted my mother to hug me and kiss me on the forehead like she used to when I was a baby, and tell me everything was gonna be all right. How I dealt with that situation? Well, I was in jail, so it wasn't much I could really do besides the fact that I knew that I didn't kill nobody, I didn't rape nobody, and I didn't try to kill anybody and get caught, so I knew I would have to be home eventually. That's one of the things that got me through that bed. That's one of the things that kept me from committing suicide while I was on Rikers Island. But that was only a temporary fix, you see, because little did I know that I would have to be dealing with these suicidal thoughts again. And the next time I felt that, I'm gonna say after I've been home for a couple years, after I married my first son, I knew about him, he was already involved. But I also had to deal with the fact that I possibly made another child that was 8 months younger. And at that current point in time, I wasn't claiming him as my own because I'm thinking, listen, I got this one child who I made the very first time because I went raw, I shot the club up. You know what I'm saying? I made one kid, and you trying to tell me I made 2 kids the same year? 8 months apart, the very first time, the exact same way, in the same exact building, on the same exact bed. I just wasn't trying to hear that, you know? I was just like, you know? And me feeling like at that time where I didn't want to have an extra issue to have with my baby mother at the time because I was kind of trying to work it out. Even though a part of me was telling me that she wasn't the one, I was still kind of trying to work it out. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of having a family and wanting my son to see both his parents together, you feel me? But it didn't really work because I feel like I was going through a depression. Now that I'm out of it, I can say I was. I was going through depression, and that's the stress of being a new father and being broke as shit. My mom was still drinking heavily. My stepfather was trying to quit drinking, but every now and then he would relapse and get real drunk. Me and my baby mother was having very serious problems, you know what I'm saying? I had just found out that she was having dealings with a nigga from my building who I grew up with, and we lived on the same floor. So I was dealing with a whole lot of fighting off the last bit of simp that was in me. I was dealing with a whole lot of betrayal, and not only that, some street related stuff was going on that got nothing to do with my baby mom and that dude. Other street stuff going on. I was just depressed, and I feel like I was reaching a breaking point. And I felt like I was gonna break. I felt like I was gonna black out and do something real bad, and truth be told, I felt like somebody was gonna have to kill me. Somebody was gonna have to kill me first, because I was really about to kill somebody myself, you know what I'm saying? I had in my mind 2-3 people, literally, that I was contemplating murdering. 2-3 people. And I was just real sad, and I was just real angry at the same time. And I was like, I wouldn't have to deal with this if I killed myself. And I made sure to stay away from guns around this time, you know? But that's the sob story. What got me through it was me understanding, or starting to understand, that a man gains nothing from stressing over the things that he can't control. And the things you can't control are the actions of other people. You can't control the weather. You cannot control how a bitch nigga gonna act. You can't control a fake friend being a fake friend. You cannot control a woman you're dealing with who is promiscuous. Depression and suicidal thoughts, I personally feel like they come from the ego not wanting to accept the fact that we cannot control everything. We only have control over our own thoughts, if we want to, and the actions that we take on our own, if we want to, you know? You gotta think for yourself, or somebody gonna think for you. You gotta feel for yourself, or somebody gonna feel for you, you know? And what also got me through these suicidal thoughts that I had years back was realizing that I still haven't made my mark on the world like I'm beginning to do now. If I would have killed myself back in 2014, 15, 16, when I was feeling these things, I wouldn't be alive right now to touch the couple people that I touched, to inspire the couple people that I inspire, you know? I got a reason to live every day when I think about the fact that I've been to prison, you know? I done had my ass kicked. I done took great losses. I done had my heart broken by women more than once. And I just want to be alive to tell my story and help give young people good advice, you know, so they don't make the same mistakes I do. Find something to live for. Find something that you love, you know. Also, around the time I was feeling suicidal thoughts, I hadn't taken a test yet the DNA test for my second son, you know, at that time, you know. I wasn't gonna end my life without knowing for sure if that was my son or not. And also, I already had a son who I had to live for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I rap, I'm a creative person. I couldn't just end it all, no matter how sad I was, no matter how angry I was, you know. I just accepted that the people whose energy contribute to you feeling suicidal, the things that contribute to the energy of you feeling suicidal, these are things and people that you should eliminate from your life. So in 2019, I put my foot down and made a decision to do that. And here I am 2 years later, mentally in a better position than I've ever been. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.